Got an iPhone? If so, it turns out you have the single best language immersion tool ever created, but only if you use it right. Here are 10 ways to turn your iPhone into an immersion powerhouse. Now, most of these tips and tools will work for Android too, but I will do a Android-specific video later. Number 1, change your iPhone's language settings. One of the most effective ways to immerse yourself in your target language is changing the display language on your iPhone. This might seem intimidating at first, but it's well worth the discomfort since it forces you to interact with your target language throughout your day as you do things you would do anyway. So here's what to do. Go to Settings, tap General, select Language and Region, tap Add Language at the bottom, choose your target language from the list. You'll then be prompted to restart your phone, and then once you restart your device, all of the menus and lots of the apps will now be in your target language. But if you're new to iOS or you've recently upgraded to a new version of the operating system, I'd recommend using it for a few weeks first to get used to what's what and where's where, and then change the display language. Number 2, use Maps, Siri, etc. in your target language. When you change your iPhone language, you get so much more than just foreign language menus. This single change also unlocks 2 powerful iPhone immersion features. First, you can get turn-by-turn directions when using Apple Maps in your target language. This provides valuable listening practice as you navigate to your destination, familiarizes you with direction words in the language, and gives you useful exposure to the command form. It's also good to learn how local place names are rendered in your target language. You can also get useful listening and speaking practice when using Siri in that language. You can practice asking questions, giving commands, setting reminders, and so much more. Number 3, use language learning apps and dictionaries. There are tons of language learning apps today, but the vast majority aren't very good, if I'm honest. I've tested out hundreds myself, so you don't have to, and here are just a few of my absolute favorites. Duolingo. Duolingo isn't perfect, and the app alone certainly is not going to get you fluent, but it's a good addition to a balanced language learning diet, and it has some of the best free features and gamification that I've seen in any language learning app. For more on Duolingo's strengths and weaknesses, see my video, Why Duolingo Won't Get You Fluent, but Why You Should Use It Anyway. Anki SRS. Anki is a flashcard app that uses spaced repetition to help you memorize new vocabulary more efficiently. It offers extensive customization, and you can either download pre-made decks from the community or create your own from scratch. I think the latter is better, but it does take more time. For more on why and how to use Anki, see my blog post, Rapidly Expand Your Foreign Language Vocabulary with these 7 expert Anki tips. There's a link in the description below. Choose a good dictionary app. Dictionary and translation apps like DeepL, Nihongo, Pleco, and Spanish Dict allow you to both quickly look up new words and also then save them to useful lists for later study. Or better yet, take them from the dictionary and then export them to Anki. For more suggested dictionary apps, see the links in the description below. Number 4, listen to podcasts, audiobooks, and music in your target language. Listening is a foundational skill in language acquisition, but it takes a ton of practice to get used to new sounds, rhythms, accents, tones, etc. Podcasts, audiobooks, and music are all excellent ways to boost your listening skills while you do other things like commuting, exercising, walking, or doing chores around the house. Here are a few suggested apps to enjoy podcasts, audiobooks, and music on your iOS device. Overcast is my go-to podcast app. I love their custom playlists, their smart speed feature, which automatically removes silence, and voice boost, which equalizes volume throughout the episode. Though I prefer Overcast, Apple Podcasts is another solid option. It's free, it's built in, and it's integrated with other Apple apps. And best of all, they've recently released auto-generated transcripts for podcasts that are in English, French, Spanish, and German. Hopefully more languages will be coming in the future. Audible is a solid, albeit expensive, way to listen to audiobooks narrated in your target language. I especially like that you can use the Whisper Sync feature to jump between the Audible and Kindle version of the same book. Libby is a great free app that allows you to check out audiobooks and ebooks for free using just your library card. You sometimes have to wait a while for more popular book titles, but you can't beat the price. Apple Music gives you access to thousands of foreign language songs right on your iPhone, but it also unlocks karaoke-style lyrics. Just tap the little quote icon in the lower left corner when you're in music. You can either follow along as the song plays or tap on a line to repeat it or jump to a different part of the song. Number 5, watch videos, TV shows, and movies in your target language. Video is one of the best forms of language learning input. The rich visuals create a clear context, and the engaging, dare I say, addictive narratives keep you watching. Here are some of the best video apps on iOS. Apple TV includes a wide range of TV series and movies and offers some of the best subtitle and dubbing options around. You can even watch familiar favorites like Ted Lasso dubbed or subtitled in your target language. Netflix is one of my favorite places to watch foreign films and TV series, especially hit Spanish shows like Money Heist and Japanese delights like Samurai Gourmet. For more about learning Japanese and Chinese through Netflix, see the links in the description below. YouTube is a language learner's dream. You can choose from a near infinite supply of videos in your target language and on specific topics about things you love, like DIY tutorials, documentaries, comedic shorts, vlogs, and so on. Number 6, read books, news, and articles in your target language. Reading is one of the best ways to expand your vocabulary and see how words are used in context. Here are some of my favorite reading apps available on iOS. The free Kindle app allows you to read any Kindle books you purchase right on your iPhone. You don't have to actually buy a Kindle device. And the app also includes a built-in dictionary so you can instantly look up new words that you don't know. The free Apple Books app allows you to enjoy any ebooks or audiobooks that you've purchased through Apple. Like the Kindle app, it also includes a built-in pop-up dictionary, and actually I prefer the Apple Books highlighting options compared to those in the Kindle app. Use the Wikipedia app to read articles in your target language. Anytime you're reading an article in Wikipedia, just click the language icon, you'll see which languages are available. If you want a more systematic way to learn and save new vocabulary as you read, I highly recommend checking out Link. It supports dozens of languages, includes a large library of articles, many with audio, and it lets you import your own content, including subtitles from Netflix, YouTube, and online articles. I've tried many Read It Later apps over the years, but the new Readwise Reader is by far my favorite. It supports blog posts, RSS feeds, newsletters, YouTube videos and transcripts, PDFs, EPUBs, Twitter or X threads. Plus you can add tags, highlight sections, get an AI-generated summary of the article, and tons more. For more about using Readwise Reader to learn Japanese, see the linked article in the description below. Number 7, chat with native speakers and AI. Exposure to your target language through listening and reading is essential, but it's not sufficient. See this video for more on this problem. In addition to massive quantities of listening and reading input, that is exposure, you also need to get tons of output, that is speaking and writing practice. The following tools allow you to practice speaking and texting with native speakers or AI-powered tools. HelloTalk. This free app lets you practice chatting with tens of millions of native speakers all over the world from over 150 countries. I especially like their built-in translation, pronunciation, and transliteration tools. italki lets you meet with both certified teachers and community tutors one-on-one online. Practice speaking, get feedback on your writing, and fix pronunciation and grammar mistakes before they become fossilized and hard to change. Teacher AI. Though practicing with real-life humans in real time is great, and you should definitely do that, I also recommend using some of the new AI tools that have come out. Teacher AI lets you get 24/7 personalized speaking and writing practice without the anxiety or scheduling challenges that come with working with a human, all for a fraction of the cost too. ChatGPT. OpenAI's powerful ChatGPT LLM or large language model is another great option to use. It's not specifically designed just for language learning the way Teacher AI is, but it's based on the same technology. You can ask questions, get your writing corrected, and use both text to speech and speech to text to practice writing and speaking. For more on how AI is changing the way we learn languages, see this video above. Number 8, practice writing in your target language. In addition to texting with native speakers or bots, I highly recommend that you engineer in opportunities to practice writing in that language throughout the day. Writing is one of the best ways to reinforce what you've learned through your immersion activities and also to spot holes in your vocabulary and grammar. Here are some useful apps to practice writing on your iPhone. Apple Notes. Apple Notes is a quick, easy, and free way to capture thoughts, tasks, vocabulary, phrases, etc. You can also attach images, PDFs, and sketches. Day One is my favorite journaling app on iOS. I especially like the On This Day feature, which shows you all your entries from that day and previous years. Apple Journal is a free alternative to Day One, which is worth checking out, but it does lack a lot of the features that I love in Day One, so I haven't switched over yet. Google Docs allows you to easily collaborate with online tutors in real time, get personalized inline correction, and keep track of vocabulary, phrases, grammar, etc. Number 9, follow social media accounts in your target language. Though social media presents many potential problems, problems. Just watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix if you need any more convincing. It can be a useful ally in language learning if it's used intentionally. The key is following just a few high-quality accounts that publish in your target language. This transforms an otherwise mostly aimless activity into a highly immersive form of language learning. Here are a few suggested social media apps on iOS. Twitter, or X. Use Twitter to follow news outlets, authors, or friends who tweet in the language that you're learning. Since the messages are short, this makes it easy to consume the language in small, bite-sized chunks. Instagram. For those craving more of a visual element, Instagram is a good option here. Again, just make sure to follow influencers and content creators that post in your target language. Reddit. Join a few subreddits for your target language where you can ask questions, connect with other learners, and get useful resource recommendations. And 10, set daily goals, track your progress, and block distractions. These iPhone apps will help you get the exposure and practice you need to get fluent in any language, anywhere. But these apps won't use themselves. You have to actually put in the time. But with so many distractions in the modern world, many of which are just a tap or click away on our device, it can be really tough to stay consistent. Fortunately, there are some useful iOS settings and apps that can help you build more robust language learning habits and automatically block out potential distractions. Streaks. The beautiful, intuitive, award-winning Streaks app lets you set and track a variety of daily and weekly habits. As the name implies, it uses the power of streaks to help keep you more consistent. Focus. Studying in 25-minute sprints called Pomodoros is a powerful way to stay focused without burning out. The beautiful Focus app lets you set custom focus and break session lengths, track tasks, and much more. Freedom. Instead of relying on willpower to stay on task, use the Freedom app to automatically block distracting apps and websites during your language study sessions. iOS focus settings. Create a specific language focus in the iOS focus settings that turns off all notifications and only has language apps you're going to use on the home screen. Now, this focus is not to be confused with the Focus app that I mentioned earlier. They're different things. For tips on creating more time for language learning, see the tips in this video above. Immersing yourself in a foreign language using only your iPhone is not only possible, in many ways, it's actually preferable. Instead of waiting till you get home to start studying, your iPhone unlocks almost limitless learning opportunities on the go right where you are. Instead of forcing yourself through boring textbooks or going to expensive classes, you can use your iPhone to create a comprehensive, engaging, and relatively low-cost language learning environment. So grab your iPhone, dive into these recommended apps, and start your journey to fluency right now. But again, as great as iPhone immersion can be, it's important to remember that immersion alone is not enough. Check out this video for tips on how to make immersion-based learning as fun and effective as possible.